So mic is working. Cool. So today we're going to be making a mobile app with a backend in React Native, and the backend is also going to be in Express. So we're going to get right into it because setup is a bit involved. Find my mouse. So to get started, you're going to want to clone or download the main branch of FWMD Technica 2022. And then once you've cloned that, you're going to want to change into the directory that you get that in. And if you're on a Mac or Linux device, run setup.sh in your terminal. And if you're on Windows, you're going to just want to run the setup PowerShell script. And I'll give you all a couple minutes to do all of that. And if you get stuck, raise your hand and one of the people up front will help you out with any problems you might be running into. Alternatively, you can raise your hand and maybe the question will be good for the good of the group. So also to kind of give me a sense of where everyone is, once you've done that and once you've run the setup script, give me a thumbs up. I will say, I'll actually kind of go through the setup script myself real quick here. Raise your hand if you wanted the URL back, but I can run through the setup script myself here. And again, also feel free to run the setup script as many times as you need to, because one of the things that the setup script sets up is your IP address, because your mobile device that you're following along on will need to be able to talk to your computer. So you'll have to, on Mac, go into your network preferences, and on Windows, go into network settings through like the Wi-Fi menu to grab your IP address. So to run the setup script itself, and the setup script will automatically check if you have Node installed and install all of the dependencies so that you're good to go in the go back to the URL. Okay. Oh, at the request of someone who is online, I'm going to put the URL into the Zoom Rooms chat. So if any of you want to be able to copy and paste and haven't gotten it yet, you can log on to the workshop, make sure to be muted, obviously, and do that. Yeah. Should I do the waiting room stuff or should? Okay, that's it. Okay, okay. Yeah, I dropped a link to the repo in the chat myself. Okay, okay. Sorry for the slight technical difficulties. I'm having to improvise stuff with my internet connection. Um, so let me get that command up. Once I figure out the thing. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to do a lot of things at once with only one screen. What? Okay, as people start to work through their issues and whatnot and actually get the project set up, kind of give me like a thumbs up or something like that as you guys finish. And when you get the message, happy hacking in your terminal, kind of give me like a thumbs up or something like that so that I know who has got it and who hasn't. Yeah. No, you can use any IDE or terminal you want to do this. Um,
Put the Windows issue.
What?
The Windows permissions issue.
What?
The Windows permissions issue.
So right now I'm writing up the command that you need to run.
Post to dev post as your AI artificial submission, but of course integrate them for your
Okay, so just another update. Again, sorry for all the technical difficulties. I apologize. I really should have tried and tested out the Windows stuff a bit more thoroughly. But for anyone who's still having problems and is a Windows user, you're going to have to essentially manually do all the things that my setup script was going to do like magically for you. And what that means is you want to use your terminal to cd change directory to the backend, and then you are going to do two things. You're going to run npm I to install all the dependencies for both the front end and the back end, the app and the back end. And then in each one, they have this IP file. You will want to set this to your computer's IP address. On Mac, you can find this by going to System Preferences Network. On Windows, I believe it's you open up settings and you go to devices, I think, or connections, one of the two. Windows settings is weird and I don't remember where all the options are. But just again to gauge everyone's progress, for all of you who have been able to run the setup script or who have followed these instructions, kind of just give me a quick thumbs up here to let me see where everyone is. So we have about a third of the room set up. Excellent. And thank you to the other 2/3 of the room for being patient and kind of pushing through it. I again apologize for all the Windows issues. And if about the IP address modification, just choose something that seems right and we'll fix issues as we move on. Once it seems like a few more people are done, I'm going to move on so that we finish inside the time Technica has allotted for us. I'll probably be moving on around 6:27-ish.
Yes, that's just.
something inside the.
Okay, so I hope enough of you have been able to follow the instructions. If not, you keep raising your hands. My friends here who are helping all of you out already will help you get caught up. But we have to go on so that we finish what I wanted to finish. So, anyways, the app that I've had you all download starter code for, it's going to be very basic, but it's going to show you all of the different parts of working with a backend. You are going to, this is a screenshot of it. It's very simple. It has a button to refresh data from the backend, a text box to send information to the backend, and a button to send that information. That is literally all it is. But anyways, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is fetch data. This is done using something called a get request, and it's an HTTP request. Get is the And in JavaScript, there's the special fetch function, and get is the default method that it uses. There are like 4 main HTTP request types, and then a bunch of other different methods that are like non-standard and weird. But we'll just be covering the 2 most popular ones here. So as always, if you get stuck following along with these steps, make sure to raise your hand and ask for questions. So to do this, let me move Zoom's control panel out of the way. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to take a sneak peek at the backend. So we can see that the backend, I have pre-provided this wonderful get root for /data. which means if someone sends a web request to whatever the IP address you've stuck in the IP.js file is, and then puts /data, they will get whatever data is stored in this data.json file. So what we're going to do is we're now going to write a fetch method inside the fetch data function. And this will be called whenever someone pushes the refresh button. So the fetch, so what this line does is it sends a fetch request to whatever you have the backend IP set to. And small note is those these little things right here, those are the backtick, which for those of you who might not have used that key a lot, I know that some people can't find that key sometimes. It's the key directly below your escape key. So that just lets you do cool string interpolation inside of JavaScript. So what this does is it just sends a fetch request and then
a lot. And like get rid of the side panel too. Yeah, now we're just zoom in more. You can't be in back.
right. So I've made it bigger for everyone. So that basically tells React Native to send a web request to your backend. Then and then once you've written that under your fetch data, again, this is in app.js inside of the app. And so this is the JavaScript file that will actually, and you can see if you scroll down, it actually has like the markup that decides what your device displays. So what these two lines are doing again is it gets your data from the backend and then it grabs the text. Well, actually, we want to grab the JSON of it. So we grab the JSON and then we just use the React hook that we made up here, set title, to set the title to, and then let me just refresh myself real quick. Text. So this zooming, I haven't screwed up yet another thing, which would be hilarious. This should get the request data, then grab the JSON in the request. And JSON just means you're grabbing an object, and then it gets the text field of the object.
Load in the other branch. This isn't gonna work. There's people still saying.
Okay, so in the interest of time and making it so that I don't have to live code everything, I am actually going to switch my Git branch, which if you guys also want to just jump ahead to the finished code, if you've been having too many technical difficulties, you can download from the same place. You just have to on the GitHub page, there's a little drop down that should say main by default. You want to switch to the finished code branch. I am going to switch to the finished code, and then I'm just going to walk through everything that is different and changed here for you all. So this is what the finished code should look like for sending a request. It grabs the request, it gets the JSON from it, and then sets the title. And to show the few people who haven't been having technical difficulties how to run this, you just run npm start, and it fails. You need to if you're running if you are actually able to follow along, you want to make sure your terminal is CD'd to the app. Otherwise, you won't be able to run the command to do that. And then you can simply run npm start, and then presuming your internet is working, this cool thing called Expo will start. You guys don't need to scan that QR code, however, I do. Also, to run it, I almost forgot something. We want to add a new terminal where we run and where we CD to the backend, and run npm start here as well. I'm having technical difficulties myself now. Wonderful.
Go back to the app.js thing and just have them just copy paste that code real quick.
Okay.
Or have them just look like we're gonna write it down.
Okay.
Paste. Just like get rid of the terminal. Just like put that
Okay.
down.
Okay. Okay, yes. So for yet another time. I apologize for all the technical difficulties. I did not expect the fact, I did not anticipate all the issues that would be caused by having everyone all trying to do this over hackathon Wi-Fi and with different kinds of operating systems and whatnot. So I just want to announce that all of the slides will be made available to you guys. And those slides contain a link to download the GitHub repository. And as you can see, we have the 100% finished code sitting there for you all to download and peruse at your own leisure, so that you can try and get this running when on less spotty Wi-Fi and spend more time to troubleshoot.
More shots. Like 3 or 4. Yeah, I had fun here.
Where's Lana? Or Lana? Oh, Lana is. What did Lana? Oh, I see her.
Yeah, so like competing, meaning like hackathons like this. Yeah, I'm getting like more into like search back also
One last announcement and whatnot.
honestly, like weird talking, I would say CS.
There was a lot more that I wanted to get through. I wanted to get through actually sending a request, but
And you can.
unfortunately, unforeseen technical difficulties have
Yeah. We also
kind of caused that to not really be something that we can do. So,
however, like Amy said,
again, you guys are going to get all of the slides that I had prepared. So you all will be able to follow along with those yourselves. And if you're an UMD student, you can join our because we are our own club, active club. You can join our Discord and ask for questions there. If you do not understand the slides. But anyways, thank you all for trying to persist through this. Really appreciate it that you guys stuck around, and have a great rest of Technica.
Oh, yeah, that was right by us. No, but, that is definitely not cybersecurity, because there's so much overlap with your intro courses, and once you get to the upper levels, it really